Hello, Curious, and welcome back. The other day, the world was surprised by the news that Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin has become a father. Though, with how frankly the actor spoke in interviews about him and his girlfriend Brenda trying to start a family, it really shouldn't have come as a surprise when on April 12th, the actor has announced that the two of them had welcomed a son. And while Macaulay is now starting his own family, many fans are wondering what he will be like as a father given his own past problems. And what kind of a childhood did the actor have? What sort of father was Kit Culkin? And why did people question his friendship with Michael Jackson? And what's so special about the name that the couple chose for their baby son? Stay with us until the very end to learn about Culkin and his family, but before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. It is nothing new that Macaulay has been in the spotlight since he was a child, but before he got his big break, the family struggled a lot. For several years, the entire family resided in a railroad apartment in a tenant building in New York City, which his brother Kieran had described as barely suitable for a couple, though it is one where Kit and his partner Patricia Bentrup had raised their 7 children. His father was also once an aspiring actor himself, and between his work as the Catholic Church, he would also dream of ways to get his kids famous, a thing that, as you are most likely aware of, Curious, he achieved. It was the size of their family that had helped them get their foot in the door of the acting world, as Kit and Patricia's friends would run a little theater, and whenever they needed a kid in the production, they would turn to the Culkin family. Though by the time that Macaulay had landed his first job at the age of 6, things were rather challenging for the family. Billy Hopkins, who was the casting director that gave the future child star his first job, had talked about those times and said that the family was so poor that he would have to use his own money to make sure that the boy would be able to get to go to his rehearsals. He also added that he would crawl under the bleachers at the theater to look for change that had fallen out of people's pockets. As the boy began to appear in more productions such as Rocket Gibraltar and Uncle Buck, more money kept coming in for the family. And then the movie Home Alone came, and with its payout of $100,000 and had saved the family who was on the verge of bankruptcy. The movie was of course a huge success, staying as the highest grossing live-action comedy of all time until 2011 when The Hangover Part 2 was released and robbed it of its title. But having a title for over 20 years is still impressive. It also earned the young star a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. That in turn had made Kit a very powerful man in Hollywood. Though speaking of the Home Alone movie, if you want to know more about the facts of it, you can do so by clicking on the link above. But for now, make sure you stay with us as we have more information coming your way. By 1993, Macaulay had become the youngest actor to ever earn a $100 million payout, and this was from the movie My Girl, and after its release, Premiere Magazine had named Culkin Patriarch as the 48th most powerful person in the industry, because here it is worth reminding you that it is not just the actor who played Kevin that was an actor, all of his siblings had appeared in some productions in one way or another, but to this day, it's only Macaulay and his brother Rory and Kieran that are still active in the industry. But nevertheless, with success also came enemies. At the point, both Kit and Patricia had quit their jobs to work as their kids' managers, and it wasn't long before the father figure had to start making demands. And according to E! Online, he stopped Macaulay from promoting My Girl, demanded that his co-star in The Nutcracker, Jessica Lynn Cohen, did not share his son's top billing, and did not approve a single candidate to direct the movie Richie Rich, and he also forced the Home Alone star and his sister Quinn to be cast in the movie The Good Son, despite the fact that the director didn't want to cast either of them. But those weren't the only problems. It didn't take long for others in the industry to start to debate whether Kit was actually doing all of this to look out for his son, or if in some way he was getting revenge for his own career not taking off. And it didn't take long for Macaulay to start to get tired of the lifestyle where he had to film 15 movies in 7 years. Speaking with the New York Times, he had even confessed that on the set of The Good Son, he spoke with his father asking to slow down, that he was getting tired and wanted to focus more on his schoolwork. Though that never changed anything, and he soon realized that there was nothing that he could do to make it stop. The actor pointed out that no matter what, his father always felt the need to teach him a lesson, that he had always done something bad, and he would even make the boys sleep on the couch just because he could, and just to show him that he was in charge. And speaking of this, Macaulay had said, just to let you know who's in charge, and just to let you know if he doesn't want to sleep in a bed, you're not going to sleep in a bed. However, it was years later when appearing on the WTF podcast with Mark Maron in 2018 that the My Girl actor revealed that the life with his father wasn't perfect even before the fame. He alleged that Kit was abusive both physically and mentally. He had also revealed that he thought that all this animosity and resentment had come from the fact that he was successful and that his father was jealous. And during the interview, he told Maron, and we quote, "Everything that he tried to do in his life, like I excelled at before I was 10 years old." By 1994, when Richie Rich had come out, Macaulay had enough of the fame, but his way out came sooner rather than later when his parents decided to split. It was then that he managed to walk away from the business. He had told his father that he had hoped he enjoyed all the money he has made of him and there would be no more. But as it later turned out, it wasn't until the custody battle for the children had started that the young Macaulay had realized just how much money he had earned, and the actor explained that his father would hide the newspapers from him so he wouldn't read stuff about Kit, and, so he wouldn't know how much money he was making. He reasoned that at the time, it made sense so that he wouldn't run off shouting to his friends how much money he had made. But he did add when at the age of 16 he realized that he was worth around $50 million, he needed to emancipate himself from both his father and his mother. He explained his decision to do so because he saw that he had all those millions in his bank account, yet his mother couldn't pay rent as she was burning through all of her money to spend it on lawyers during their custody battle. And soon, the family was in danger of facing eviction, and he knew that the only way to get access to that money that he needed to take his father's name off of it. But not wanting to make it messy, he did the same with Patricia's name. When it comes to trying to imagine what Macaulay would be like as a father curious, it could be assumed that having gone through what he did as a child growing up, he will know what mistakes not to make. And also given the fact that as of 2021, per Celebrity Net Worth, the actor's net worth is $18 million, he won't need his child to work. And adding Brenda Song's net worth of $5 million, the family will surely be set for life. And it is also worth pointing out that being a child star, Culkin had some dark times behind him, which involved the possession of illicit substances, and just knowing how the industry can burn a kid out, chances are that should his son want to venture in the world of entertainment, it will have parents who know what it's like and who will look out for him in turn. Some internet users had also began to speculate on the idea that whether the lack of a good father figure in his life would mean that he would struggle as a father and to be a good one, and this is where an argument some would bring up that Culkin's unlikely friendship with none other than the King of Pop himself. For years, the friendship between Macaulay and Michael Jackson had raised many eyebrows given the age difference between them, but as the Home Alone actor once said in an interview, once the two got along because being thrown into the industry at a very young age was something that Michael related to, and also because at the point, 9-year-old Macaulay wasn't fazed by famous people at all. In many interviews, including the 2021 with Esquire magazine, he would defend the singer against any abuse accusations by saying that he had never done anything to him, nor has he seen Michael do anything inappropriate to anyone else. In 2003, he had even testified at the molestation trial that Jackson was on and that he called the allegations absolutely ridiculous. The two were such good friends that Jackson had even made Macaulay the godfather of his 3 children. And speaking of the kids, some fans had pointed out that given the fact that the two became friends when the actor was so young, possibly he could have had a positive impact on him, especially that Michael's own children always say that he was a wonderful father. Maybe the Home Alone star had picked up a few things from him. Though if you want to know exactly what Jackson kids have been saying about their father and the influence he had on them, you can do so by clicking on the link above. So the fact that the actor has been open, and the fact that he and his girlfriend, Sweet of Life Zack and Cody star Brenda Song, were trying for a child, had meant that some fans had not been as surprised about the recent announcement. The pair had met in 2017 on the set of Changeland, and it seemed that after trying for some time, the couple was successful. On April 12th, it was announced that the couple had welcomed their first child, son Dakota Song Culkin. The name that the new parents had chosen has a special meaning as it's a tribute to Macaulay's sister who had passed away at age 29 in 2008 after getting into a car accident. Esquire magazine broke the story with a short statement by the couple which simply said, "We're overjoyed." A rep for the couple had also revealed to the publication that the baby, born on Monday, April 5th in Los Angeles, weighed at 6 pounds and 14 ounces and arrived in the world at 1:10 p.m. And as of making this video, the couple has not released any more information or photographs of their son. So given the fact that they were trying to start a family for a while, chances are that both new parents will dote on their little bundle of joy and provide it with everything that they may need in life. So curious, tell me, were you aware that Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin were dating? Do you think that his experiences as a child will make the My Girl actor a caring father? Did you know the kind of thing that he went through when he was younger? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos.